Welcome back to another episode of Effortless Cooking, where we make cooking effortless. Today we're going to be making loaded Chipotle skillet. This is basically like a Frankenstein breakfast. You could just mix everything up, throw it in the oven, and you got a hearty breakfast. So what I like to use sausage, chorizo, and mind you guys, you can use any kind you like. I got red pepper, I got green pepper, a little bit of jalapeno. It's optional. I like a little heat. Also a little onion, a few eggs, some shredded cheese, chipotle sauce, and olive oil. And I have sour cream just in case you guys want some sour cream. So quickly what I like to do, I like to cube up all the potatoes, get them in a Tupperware, and then I put some cold water in it, just enough to where the potatoes are just covered. And I'll actually microwave these from 7 to about 10 minutes, depending on how many potatoes you're gonna use. In this case, I'm using 5. And next, you just wanna go ahead and actually just dice up or cube up your sausage, any way, shape, or form you like. This is just the easier method for me. And then once you have that all chopped up, we're gonna do the same thing with the onion. Now with the white onion, you just want a nice sized cube, doesn't really matter. It's all down to preference, guys. But I actually like the onion to break down a little bit. So you're just gonna put that to the side. And what we're doing right now is just prepping all of our vegetables. Because what we're gonna end up doing, we're gonna actually just barely tenderize these over a little bit of olive oil. So what I'm doing with the green pepper, I'm just giving it a rough chop. Nice decent sized pieces. And you want to repeat the same thing, obviously, with the red pepper. You're just gonna cut it off the sides. Now I like to cut it off the core. Makes it a lot easier to clean. Now, before you guys start cutting it, when you cut it off the core, of course you guys want to clean it. I cleaned every single one of these. Just an FYI. But once you have those all chopped up, what I like to do with the jalapeno, I actually like to give it a small dice, so it really breaks down. That's not really a chunk that someone bites into and then later starts crying about, oh, it's too hot. A few people that I know. But what you want to do is just get the olive oil and put this like on medium heat. Throw in all your vegetables. And what you're going to do is you're going to throw a little salt to help bring out the moisture. And just top it off with a little bit of pepper. We're not going to be seasoning this with anything else because you guys got to remember you're going to be putting sausage and the chipotle sauce. So there's no need to really season anything. And what I'm doing here is just letting them spread out. And I'll give it maybe about 3 to 5 minutes once they get to the consistency we're looking for. So this is just me putting it in the pan, mix it all up. And once it's mixed all up, just let it sit. Once we get to this consistency, once it starts being transparent and you see all of them getting nice and tender, you actually want to take out the vegetables while your pan is still on. All right, once you do that, in the same pan, we're gonna be cooking the sausage. And you just want to get a nice little caramelization to the sausage. And this is exactly what you want the peppers to look like, by the way, guys. So just thought I showed you what it looked like. And here you go. This is exactly how you want the sausage. So we're gonna be taking that out as well. Did I mention everything's in one pan? Like, that's my favorite type of cooking. I hate cleaning, guys. Honestly, I really do. But everything is made in one pan. So after you take the sausage out, we're gonna lastly put in the chorizo. And I just like to squeeze them out, not to dirty my knife. I just felt lazy. But basically, we're gonna cook the chorizo for about 5 to 7 minutes. Generally, I like my chorizo a little bit of caramelization on it, but with this one right here, you really don't want to do it too far out because you still want it. You still want a nice consistency to it. So we're just gonna let this chill out for a little bit, let it cook. Once you have it to the consistency you're looking for, you want to go ahead and add your peppers. Add your pepper mix, and we're gonna let this sit for approximately maybe like 30 seconds to a minute, just so the flavors can start blending in and melding together. And after that, you want to add your sausage. And at this point, what you want to do, you actually want to lower down your heat to the lowest setting possible. All right, and you just want to mix that all up. Mix it up. Just thought I'd give you guys a close-up of what it looks like. Actually, it looks so good, you can just eat it like that. So while that's actually chilling, what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna be cracking all the eggs into a bowl and just give it a quick whisk. You wanna make sure you whisk it really well. That way it cooks evenly and properly. So just put that to the side. All right, and once that's actually been sitting there, guys, you actually wanna go ahead and add your Chipotle sauce. Now, depending on how spicy you want it, you can add more, you can add less. It's all to the preference. So remember, you wanna add a little bit at a time and give it a taste. And if you need more, just add more. You can always add, but you can't take away. So there it is. This is how it looks like once it's all mixed up. And what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna turn off the heat and add my potatoes. And as you guys can tell, I'm just gently folding in the potatoes. I don't want them to break down and become like mashed potatoes and become all mushy. I want each potato to still have a bite to it. And once you take the potatoes out the microwave, of course you want to drain them. Get them as dry as possible. All right, so once we have it all mixed up, guys, we're gonna want to pat it down with the back end of your spatula. All right. And just go ahead and grab your egg mix and just drizzle it evenly across the top. Now you want to have set your oven to 375. You always want to preheat your oven. And I'm actually going to just throw it in the oven, and I'm going to wait about halfway through cooking the eggs to actually top it with cheese. And at this point, it's already half cooked. You can tell that the eggs are already starting to set up. So at this point, I actually want to add the cheese, and you just want to throw it back in the oven until the cheese is nice and melted. So I'd say give it another 2 to 3 minutes inside the oven. And voila, guys, this is it. You see that? It's bubbling. It's so cheesy. I mean, cheese is life. You guys, man. If only they had smell-o-vision. So once it actually cooled down, you want to let it cool down, guys. Give it a good 5-10 minutes to cool down. What I like to do, I like to go around the edges of the pan, just so it's easier to nestle out a piece. And we're gonna just go ahead and plate this sucker up. And what I actually like to serve this with is some French bread. And what I'll do is I just put a little bit of butter and pepper and just toast it. Put a little sprig of cilantro on top. And then of course the sour cream. Now you guys see I got the sriracha sauce in the back. So as soon as I'm done showing you guys this piece right here, I gotta show it off. You can see the layers of the peppers, the potatoes and all that. But as soon as we turn this video off, I'm gonna throw some sriracha and I'm gonna punish this piece of cake looking breakfast skillet. It's amazing. All right, guys, so don't forget to like and subscribe, share and comment. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms. I got all the links below. Make sure to check in the comment section. And just let me know if you guys have any ideas for any other recipes you guys like to see me try. And don't forget, cooking is supposed to be effortless. Have fun and mix it up.